I think it's fair to say that she's going to need to perform at a higher level in this one if she's to come out on top. But Matt Edgar, the woman who is sat top of the Challenge Tour, Development Tour, and currently the Women's Series Order of Merit, Beau Greaves, will of course be back in Leicester during the week as well for the Players' Championship events taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday. She's not responded too badly, has she, to that early defeat to Katie Sheldon?
Responded exactly how we expected her to, in regards to coming back and getting straight on the horse again, putting that performance in. And it's performance, I think the word which she was kind of covering there with Lorraine Winstanley, not just the quarter-final, but the sort of performance for the day here in event number 6. She's yet to break a 70 average in any of her matches. That's got her to this stage, and you feel that's not going to be enough to worry Beau Greaves, who, when you actually look at how Beau performs in this round, in semi-finals, it is absolutely unbelievable. More so than you would imagine. She has played 43 semi-finals on the Women's Series, of which she has only ever lost 3 matches at this stage. 40 times she has won her semi-final clashes.
It's just astonishing, isn't it? And when you think it can't be overemphasized how difficult it is. I know she's not played in all of the games today because she was knocked out early in event number 1, but more often than not, she's doing it in back-to-back tournaments where we've already spoken about how difficult that is to do. Not when you play with freedom, effortless action that Beau Greaves has got. It's not very taxing. And that leg wasn't very taxing at all. A 13-dart start for Beau Greaves. And the semi-final, if you think about it, certainly from a player's perspective, this is the round that's supposed to be nervy because you've done so much throughout the day. You've got quite close to the finish line. When you get to the final, no one wants to lose finals, but at least you got to the final game. That's the match everyone wants to play in when you first pick up your darts in the morning and you get them out the case. The semi-final's the nervy one because that's where it's like you've not feel like you've achieved. You don't look back at it and go, oh, it's a semi-final. You don't reflect positively on the semi. No. I think though when you're Beau Greaves and you win as much as you do, maybe you don't feel that same level of pressure when it comes to this stage. There's almost now 60. Just the expectancy. Well, Beau Greaves looks at tournaments the way that most people look at matches, in the fact that there are 2 options. I win the tournament or I don't. There's nothing else for Beau. Like, other people will take pride. 100. There's people that will be leaving here today, last 16, quarter-final, who are like, that's good, that's a step. Where to Beau, it's just, I win the title or I don't. And when you look at her record in these events, it nearly is a 50-50 split of she either wins the tournament or she doesn't. $121. Well, we did say Lorraine Winstanley is going to have to raise the levels here to live with Beau Greaves, and, well, she certainly has in the early exchanges. 140. Double 16 for Lorraine Winstanley. 79. You a fan of that route? In that situation against Beau Greaves, yeah, I think it's the right thing to do. Because Beau is capable of taking out shots like the 141, grazes the wire. This has to go. You cannot afford to get broken early in a semi-final against Beau Greaves. Game shot. And it does go. We said her level would need to be a lot better. You still feel 100. Like she'll need to put a few more points on the average over the course of this one if she's to come out on top. Or the semi-final.
Being contested by Lisa Ashton, a winner on the Women's Series already this year, of course. Up to 18 titles in total, taking on Laura Turner.
100.
Searching for her first ever.
When we say about sort of that resilience, Lorraine Winstanley will
28.
be aware of and will be tracking the Women's World Match Play ratio. Knows she got knocked out with that. Venikainen picking up the first title. We said that Lorraine Winstanley needed a big run to jump herself back in, needed to reach the final. But semi-final would leave it as £300 off the provisional places. That would be a good way to recover the damage that was done early on.
$43. $137.
Beautiful second prize for Beau Greaves. Couldn't take care of the 161, but leaves herself with 3 in hand.
13.
Double 12.
Game shot.
Not going to be a second 13 darter of the match, but a 14 certainly does the trick.
The numbers strong early on here as well. The best we've seen from Beau Greaves on the Women's Series, 107.86. That in 2022.
100.
Women's Series 19 against Fallon Sherrock. She also had 107.36. One against Casey Gallagher, one against Fallon Sherrock. Seems to be a bit of a pattern here, really, isn't there?
Yeah, when you look at the top averages on the Women's Series, no surprise that Beau Greaves has 6 of the 8 highest. But she won't be used to this because it's actually Noelyn van Leuven who has the highest now, 109.64.
For now. I'm sure that'll be on the radar of Beau Greaves in the future.
Well, that's the thing. I guess when you win as much as Beau Greaves does, it's little challenges like that that you set yourself, isn't it?
100.
Absolutely. A task within the task.
140.
This task at the moment going to plan, but it is Lorraine Winstanley who's got the opportunity. Not going to take the 161, but leaving it as handily as possible.
99.
I don't think there is
100.
anything that Beau Greaves hates as much as a dart dropping low of the treble 20 bed. Wanted the 12 segment there. Slack dart from Lorraine Winstanley prevents her a dart at double.
We'll go into things that Beau Greaves may hate. I think she might have hated that visit as well.
Game shot.
And if you look purely on averages here, you'd think Beau Greaves would be 4-0 up. Lorraine Winstanley, though, doing her task. She's holding her throw. She's staying hold of Beau Greaves. And just hoping that a chance will present itself somewhere down
100.
the line. Looking back down the line, looking at this block of events last year, well, we know Beau Greaves isn't going to repeat what happened there. It was a final, a win,
60.
a win and a final. Reached a final of all 4 events. So you could say she's the defending champion of Women's Series number 6.
Do you think it is hard? We've spoken many times about the importance for Beau Greaves of playing in things like the Challenge Tour and Development Tour for
43.
her development. Do you think it makes it harder to turn up at these events when they kind of have less significance to her, I think it would be fair to say?
60.
Yeah, we can see that as well over time when we look at sort of her averages across the board. She always traditionally struggled and the performance was low in the last 1 to 8 to last 16.
and then it sort
60.
of picked up quarter-final onwards. And that's proven data, that's stats. That's not an observation or an opinion. This year, though, we're seeing that
100.
higher level of performance come early and come sort of from round one now with Beau. And I do think part of that, like I say, could just be the fact that she comes here and... Is it
45.
practice for Beau now?
Yeah, in the same way that a Players' Championship for the likes of Luke Littler is just about keeping your hand in. Treble 17. Not found.
91.
And let's not forget, obviously, the very good paydays that she will get from trips to the Women's Series. Never a bad day when you're earning a couple of grand for your day's work.
Yeah, look, that's no disservice at all to the Women's Series. It's still more than serves a purpose, of course, but for Beau Greaves,
12.
bigger fish to fry.
No, I get what you say. It's like she's transcending, isn't it? That's what...
An argument for Beau busting that as opposed to leaving herself on double two?
I don't think she thinks like that. I think Beau just literally believes she's going to hit everything she goes for. Quite a lot of the time, she's right.
No score.
Yeah, I'm not about to tell Beau Greaves what to do, but I probably would have bust it.
60. Game shot.
Well, it took a little bit longer than maybe she thought it would have, but still, Lorraine Winstanley wasn't there to strike and able to get an opportunity on the Beau Greaves darts.
41. $100.
Beau averaging around the 90 mark now, 91, same as Lisa Ashton
100.
in the other semi-final. She's taken a 3-0 lead over Laura Turner.
$57. $60.
That looks inviting, doesn't it? Perfect dart on the top wire. Just knew that was going to be a full house there for Beau Greaves. Making a move after Lorraine Winstanley came up dry, and this is now where she's trying to get that breaker throw to give the cushion, just like Lisa Ashton's got in our other semi-final, currently 3-0 up on Laura Turner.
23.
And the breaker throw here would make that final look so likely. Another one of those.
For the bullseye.
139.
Got the line right, just not the right weight on it, but she will be back to tidy up 25. Put her in a commanding position in this semi-final. Double 8.
$17.
They're struggling on the doubles a little bit in this game, Beau. Something we don't normally say. Normally very clinical and deadly on the outer ring.
Well, she was all right on throw in her first two
100.
legs, a 13 darter and a 14. 2 from 3, but that's a bit tidier. Fortunate as this game has gone on that Lorraine Winstanley hasn't been within touching distance. As I said, she started this game incredibly well in all aspects of the game.
93% of the time that Beau Greaves plays in a semi-final, she wins. And it looks like she's going to improve that stat again. Filling it up.
123. $81.
Lisa Ashton also a leg away from the final. 4-0 to the good against Laura Turner.
60. $59.
Time running out, you feel, for Lorraine. Well, certainly now. Beau Greaves finds another maximum. Sets herself up on a 2-darter for another place in a women's series final.
Yeah, Lorraine just hasn't been able to find any sucker punches
60.
like that of her own, has she? And now Beau Greaves, the opportunity to wrap this up in 14 darts. 15 will do. And that is exactly what she does to make it through to yet another final on the women's series. She's going to be taking on the winner of Laura Turner and Lisa Ashton. It is currently the Lancashire Rose, who is 4-0 to the good, 136 points away from victory, and you can follow the end of that one